What is the main cause of depression and why are so many people depressed? This video is the answer to these two questions. Very important questions. Very painful things happening in our lives. Depression, anxiety, addictions, all sorts of pain. Where does it come from? Why are you depressed? Why am I feeling depressed? What is it? What causes it? What are the reasons for depression? Is it all sort of individual, personal, or is there something more to it? And my case today is to show you the connection between the society we live in and depression. In the last two videos, I discussed individual things about depression, how you can deal with your depression yourself, some self-help tips for depression. But today, I want to discuss the main cause for depression, which is the society that we live in. I have no doubt about it whatsoever. You know, we live in a society that is a sick society that makes us sick. You know, all the ideas, the norms, what they teach us, what they tell us is life is about, that is the right way to live the life, how you need to do this and that and achieve this and that to justify your existence, justify just being born. You know what I mean? You cannot just live. You have to live in a certain way. You have to do things a certain way. You have certain stages in life, and by that stage you need to be achieving already that, or learning that, or having mastered that, or having that to show for yourself, and so on and so on and so on. You know, from the time that we are born, then maybe just give us a couple of years, and then it already starts, you know, shaping, modeling, teaching, having to achieve, you know. It starts already in the kindergarten now, you know, you need to, by a certain time, you need to be able to do this and that, learn this and that, be at a certain stage of development, and then it goes on and on and on. It never stops. This school, that school, learning this, learning that, acquiring jobs, starting business, starting the family, doing this, blah, 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 blah. In the end, when you're almost done, you sort of have to take care of your legacy. Did you leave some legacy behind? And so on and so on. And it's all a bloody stress, and then you finally die and you can take a rest from all this, you know. It's sort of ironic that you need to die to have a proper rest, isn't it? I mean, you do have a bit of proper rest while asleep, but a lot of us are not sleeping that well, so, you know, this is sort of going a bit out of the window too. So what I'm saying here, the society is just, you know, these norms and this sort of a way of looking at life, that, you know, this constant need to achieve, to be something, to become something, to show something for yourself, it's just completely misguided. It's just a total delusion that we live in almost from the time that we are born. We already bombarded from everywhere, from our parents, from people who care for us, from people who love us, from our neighbors, from our teachers, from everybody else all the time, all the media outlets, everywhere we look, whenever we turn on the radio, TV, or whatever, it's all here. What you need to achieve, how you need to be like, what you need to, you know, accomplishments you need to make by a certain stage in life, what you need to show for yourself, and so on and so on. And then we compete with each other all the time, compare ourselves to each other all the time. Have we achieved enough? Do we have enough money? Do we look good enough? Are we fit enough? Or maybe we are too fat. You know, maybe our car is not good enough. Maybe our kids are not achieving enough, you know. Or maybe they don't have the right haircut. You know, maybe I should change the color of my hair. Or so on, so on, so on. Constant stress. Anxiety. And then, honestly, people get depressed. Because it's just too much of all this nonsense. It's just too much. You know, this resistance inside you while you're trying to do the right thing, trying to be a good citizen, trying to be a good member of this society, doing everything as they ask you to, doing everything as they show you that you should do, and then you bloody get depressed. You know, because it's you just inside, this resistance inside you is just rising. And now one day you just can't do it anymore. You just can't. You just give up. You know, you just no point even getting up to more of this stress, to more of these requirements, to more of this non-stop pressure of achieving. showing something for yourself, you know, and then comparing yourself to everything else and not being able to, you know, get up to all these standards. You're not good enough, you're not this, you're not, you know, whatever, never enough, never this, just bloody give up, you know, just not even get up. What's the point of even getting up anymore, you know what I mean? And then what happens then? You see, this is the most tragic thing of all. What happens then is that so many people, when they do get depressed, they just blame themselves. They say, there is something wrong with myself. What is wrong with me? Why am I depressed? I need to treat myself. I need to get out of this funk. I need to get out of this pain. I need to honestly do something to go back to this beautiful society that's teaching me the right thing to become a valuable member of this society. And this is, again, they get it all wrong. And they get all these medical profession people who help them get back to the society that gets it all wrong, you know. I mean, honestly. Obviously, here I'm talking about the mainstream society. Thank God there are people on the fringes of society, and the number of these people is growing. And I'm hoping that it's going to grow and grow and grow, so that the more people of the mainstream society is going to look there and see that there is a better way to live a life, that what our society is teaching us, what they want us to do, what they're showing as goals in life and achieving in life and all this nonsense is wrong, but that there is a better way. But you see, the main problem is that, you know, to resist all this, that what are pushing on you, what they're pushing on us from the time when we are little kids, on and on and on, to resist all this and to just plunge your own way, to stay steadfast in your own way that is different. It's difficult. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of toughness. It takes a lot of stamina, a lot of determination. And most of us are happy to follow. Most of us are happy to do what's the right thing, what we are told that is the right thing. Most of us is happy to be these good members of society that does what society wants us to do. You see, this is it. This is it. That's why most of people suffer. It shouldn't be that way. There should come a point where when you recognize and you're allowed to recognize that what this society is teaching you, that this mainstream society is pushing you all the time is wrong. It's a total delusion. It is not going to get you the life that you want. It's not going to get you a life that's enjoyable, that's worth living. That's something that you want to get up for in the morning. You know what I mean? It's not going to get you that. So you need to look elsewhere. You need to look at people like me and other people that got videos on YouTube and else that they found a better way of life, better way of living, that they've realized what people knew, you know, for thousands and thousands of years, that there is something inside us, in here, this energy, this true self, whatever you call it, that is already valuable, that already has everything inside it, and that we are already full of it, and that we are already everything by the time we are born. You know, that we don't need to achieve all the time. We don't need to justify ourselves all the time. We don't need to justify our existence by achieving, by getting up to certain standards the society is pushing on us. No, it's wrong. It's wrong. It's not the way to go. It's not a healthy way to live a life. It's not a way to live a life that's going to give you peace of mind, enjoyment, joy, happiness even. You know, it's not the way. But there is a way, but you need to look away from what the mainstream society is pushing on you. This is all for today. I just wanted to, you know, bring your attention to a need to get away from the mainstream society. That's how it is. This is the time we live in. And then we can find a much better way, a much healthier, much more fulfilling way to live a life and enjoy life to the fullest, as it should be enjoyed, as it should be lived. And everything is already here. Everything is already here inside us. We just need to reconnect with it. Look in. I'll leave you for today. Sit with it for a little bit, think about it for a little bit, connect with everything that's in here, and you will feel it. You will feel it. And you will know deep inside here that all your depression, all your anxieties, all your fears, all your addictions, all your pain is justified in a way with the society that we live in, that with the sort of all these requirements, all this nonsense that is pushed on us from the outside society, from the mainstream society. And it's so wrong. So wrong. There is a better way anyway. So stay with me on my channel. I will talk to you soon. Ciao.